Hi everyone, this is Frank DiMora with the End Times Research Ministry. Today is the 15th of May, 2018. Those of you who have been coming to my YouTube channel will know that I'm keeping track of the prophecy about the birds, the fish, and the animals dying off in the last days. If you don't know anything about this prophecy, you can go over and read in Zephaniah chapter 1 verses 2 and 3, Hosea chapter 4 verses 3 as well, and you'll see the similarities there where they're talking about the birds, the fish, and animals dying off. Of course, we're seeing them today dying off in mass numbers, and there are literally hundreds and hundreds of these reports. As usual, I'll tell the people who just found my YouTube channel they can go over to my website, get my book, The Last Chronicles of Planet Earth, for free today. You could download it today without any cost whatsoever. And in that book, there is a timeline starting back, I believe, almost 7 years now, documenting that I've been able to document either the birds, the fish, and the animals dying off. So over this long period of time, literally thousands of these reports, not just hundreds, but thousands of them now. And you'll see massive numbers that are dying off. Not only will you find Zephaniah and Hosea, but Jesus talks about destroying the earth. Now maybe somebody's asking, how do you destroy the earth? Well, just look at the pollution problem around the world and how this pollution, both on the land and in the sea, is destroying wildlife by the thousands. So I'm going to pick up where I left off from my last report and show you the different areas, nations, that are reporting about these massive die-offs. Take a look.
Well, this is what residents here along Crimson Lake started seeing this spring. Hundreds and more likely thousands of these fish that washed up onto the shore, not looking so healthy. And so the smell right now at Crimson Lake, it is pungent, and residents, people that have cabins around here, that is, are definitely worried that these guys are going to attract some attention from local wildlife, including bears, who of course call this neighborhood home. Alberta Environment says Crimson Lake has a history of winter kill, partly because of the depth of the lake. It is around 2 meters just at the deepest parts of the lake. A winter kill occurs when there's so much ice that the water doesn't get enough oxygen to support habitat, including fish. And that was certainly the case with the long, cold, snowy winter we had this year. Alberta Environment will continue looking into whether the die-off was complete or partial. They did not address the question of how the fish got here in the first place, however. Some residents have suggested that the lake was illegally stocked a few years ago and that there was never fish here on the lake before, at least not in about the 50 years they say that they had been here. Either way, Parks Canada was here today cleaning up at least some of the fish, and they suggest that Mother Nature, in quick order, will take care of the rest.
Thousands of dead fish wash up on the banks of a neighborhood lake. And these aren't just any fish. Some are 3 feet long. 5 on Your Side's Rachel Menitoff explains how it may have happened and what's being done to clean it up. She reports from Cottleville.
People who live here in the Windsor Place subdivision tell me they're concerned that chemicals from feeding that was done right across the way here carried over into their lake and killed off many of their fish, just like this one. And I can tell you that's one of the smaller ones we've seen.
Families fish out of this all the time.
Denny Huebner says fishing is one of the things that attracted him to this neighborhood.
There's a big one right up there in that cove.
But that's not what brings him to the lake Tuesday afternoon.
There were fish just jumping out of the lake.
Jumping out of the lake as if they were gasping for air. That's how Huebner describes it.
So these are all primarily carp.
You can see we're not talking about a small batch of fish. There were bass, catfish, crawfish, you name it.
We go find them, find the fish, and scoop them on out.
The subdivision believes the fish kill was caused by chemicals that MoDOT was using to seed the grass along Highway N. The highway crosses right in front of the neighborhood.
Whatever was in the fertilizer caused the oxygen levels to change, or an algae bloom. But it's just too much of a coincidence to think there wasn't a relationship there.
5 on Your Side reached out to MoDOT, who confirmed that it was seeding last week. Its spokesperson gave us her email and asked the subdivision to contact her right away, and that she would have a crew come out this week.
We're hoping that they can partner with us to come to some resolution.
In the meantime,
so this was the first trench here.
The entire neighborhood has pitched in to clean up and dig these trenches where they bury the fish to avoid the smell. Oh, and those flies, too.
This is very small in comparison.
Reporting from Cottleville.
Then we dump them in.
Rachel Menitoff, 5 on Your Side.
So that's the current reports, but I can guarantee you this. When the Lord warned us that you would see massive die-offs, get ready to see more of the same type of news, and even larger numbers as the closer we get to the Lord Jesus Christ. Literally thousands of these reports. Please go to my website. Go to get my book today for free. Check them out and understand what's happening right before us, because it's one of the many warnings that Jesus gave to us about the end times. A warning that would encourage you to come to the Messiah for the salvation that he's granting us freely. You don't have to work for it. It's a free gift, and you cannot work for a free gift. But I will say this, because I know that I'm going to get emails from people, and I want to address this right now. A person who comes and loves Jesus Christ, They are going to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. They'll be talking about Jesus. They'll be witnessing about Jesus. Why? Do they have to work their way into the kingdom? No. It's because they love Jesus Christ. And because of their love for the Messiah, who did such a beautiful act for us on the cross, dying for us, that we in our heart are compelled to do the type of work that our Father wants us to do, to draw in more people into His kingdom and escape the things, these horrific things that are going to be coming on an unrepentant world. So I'm praying that this type of information would help you to make a decision for the true Messiah, Jesus Christ. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. This is Frank DiMora with the End Times Research Ministry. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and come back and watch more of the end time prophecies being fulfilled.